The definition of rumination is a deep or considered thought about something, the action of chewing the cud. Okay, for example, in a sentence, cows slow down their rumination. I always thought of like that would be like regurgitation. I don't know. I don't know. The action or process of thinking deeply about something. So that would be somebody who has obsessive compulsive disorder, where they're continuously overthinking something, which I know I do. And to be honest, I don't remember being that way before my 12-year relationship. I never was that way. I know that I am that way that now. I know that I am that way right now. I have OCD. So I tend to overthink things, and I put too much thought into it. So, in my previous videos, I talk about my journey to healing from being in a narcissistic relationship. And I had to learn how to accept myself, and it was a process. It was definitely a process because I did not have confidence the way I had before the 12-year relationship. I really felt like I can't do anything right. I really felt like as a woman, or his woman, I was never going to be good enough. And I always felt like, you know what, you should be with somebody else because I just don't feel adequate enough, because of, and there was a lack of communication. Really, there was a lack of communication, which a narcissist will monopolize the conversation. They have a tendency to monopolize the conversation because they want power over you, and they want to have control over you, and they want to take control over your thoughts and your damn feelings. Like, for real, they will tell you what to feel. They will tell you how to feel it. They will tell you that your feelings are valid, but and that's kind of like a that's like making you feel inferior, like, oh yeah, your thoughts are valid, but what you're feeling is wrong, and you might want to talk about it, but oh no, we're not going to talk about your feelings, because they're going to make it feel like your feelings don't count in the situation when you're having a conversation. Now, that is definitely a huge sign, if you don't know, that you are with a narcissist. They do not have empathy at all. So they will try to make you feel like a narcissist will drive you to ruminate, and it can become a habit. And there's reasons why a person will ruminate. Number one, to gain insight of the thoughts, or a problem. Like, for example, a great example is when you just say you're applying for a higher position, okay, in your company that you work with, and that there are other people who are also going for this position, right? So, which tells you that you definitely have competition. Now, if you overthink the problem and you keep thinking about it, and you think, gosh, okay, so now if I'm not picked for the position, if I'm not chosen to take the position, right, then why wouldn't I be picked? What could be the issue with me that would not have them pick me? or what can I do to make it better, to show that I am the person for the position. And then you start to overthink dark thoughts, and then you become depressed because already you're thinking something that is not even, happening. And then also, after that fact, if you're not picked for the position, then you start to think like, why didn't they pick me? Or why, what, I know that I was good enough, but maybe I'm not good enough. And why didn't they pick me? What could I have changed about it? What could I, what can I do to, and then you start to overthink as to why maybe you weren't chosen for the position. So that could be one. You're trying to gain insight to the problem. You want to know what is the issue. I mean, what the issue is that made it's, that you were not picked. It could be bad before and after. You could be creating things in your mind that's not even happening yet, and then lead you to bring your self-esteem down. And then after, you end up going, oh my gosh. And then if it does happen to where you're not picked, then you're like more depressed. You know what I mean? So it's self-inflicted adversity, to be honest. It really is. If you went through emotional or physical trauma, you could be, you could end up ruminating over a situation. And then also if you're facing other stresses, so if you have a lot going on and you're dealing with a lot that's going on and it can't be controlled, then you could be depressed. You could ruminate and think, oh my god, why am I going through this? Why is it me? Why does this have to happen now? Oh my gosh, I don't even know what to do. I don't know how to do it. I can't, because you feel like you can't do anything because it's out of your control. And then you start to think negative thoughts and dark thoughts, and it can put you in a depression.